Guys, welcome everybody to a little thing we've got going on here for you today. Right, yes, Ethereal in the Elevated here, guys. We've got the lovely Yui with us. Good morning, Yui.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Morning, Ant. He's got his toys out.
I see the light.
He's
Welcome
got
to
his
the dark
toys
side.
out.
Welcome to the dark side of pure power management.
It's been ages since we've had a good chat, guys. There's one big question I need to ask you both.
Yeah?
Why are we here today?
Well, because
why are any of us here? That is the
that's life,
question.
isn't it?
Don't you be getting philosophical on us now. So why are we here?
Well, we're going to discuss a few changes that we've made recently because we've felt the need to. So I would say that the first issue that we've got to change is our name change.
The name. Why are we changing the name, Ant?
Well, basically, Yui keeps making tons and tons of mistakes by like uploading loads of songs and saying it's by us when it's not, it's by her. So
can I just quote you on that one? Musical smackhead.
So Yui, why are we changing the name? Why do you see we changing it?
All right. Getting down with the program. We're changing the name because with Ethereal and Elevated, there were already past members down here in a place called Bomo, right? To all you people who don't know what Bomo is Bournemouth. And there's already songs like Little Child released under that name. So it's like, yeah, we're going to change the name of this project so that it doesn't confuse people. And then I thought, well, as we're changing the name, might as well change the logo as well, because I'm still using this one for one of the projects.
So, guys, what are we changing the name?
See, we had to kind of cut like any confusion.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Yui keeps getting confused as well, so we thought we'd make it easier.
Yeah, I can't tell if I'm alien or human. That's what I'm confused about most of the time.
I'm saying nothing. So come on, get it off your chest. It's no longer Ethereal and the Elevated. You are now known as, drumroll,
3, 2, 1. Dyspepsia.
You could have gotten it together, guys. You know, it should give you a count.
Well, usually after
3, 2, 1.
Usually after a 3 count, you say it, but there was a pause. Yui's confused again.
I'm leaving this bit in. So, guys, we're changing the name to 3, 2, 1.
Dyspepsia.
Dyspepsia. Finally, we get it out of him. It is not that early in the morning, boys and girls. I promise you, it's not that early in the morning. Yes. So we finally found a decent name that both of them are happy with. It's Dyspepsia. They spent a lot of time doing the new logo and everything, and we can't wait to share it with you all, guys. It's some exciting times. So let's move on to the next question. What point is the band at with this project?
Right, okay. So due to other commitments, we've still been able to have remote band meetings via WhatsApp once a fortnight per month, and we've been keeping things under wraps until we're ready to announce great news to our fans and our followers and our family and to our dogs and to our pets and to the whole world and the universe. We'll go for the metaverse.
The metaverse. I don't think you can add anything to that, do you, Ant?
Well, yeah, just what Yui said.
Yeah, just what Yui said.
No, to be fair, right, we've had to swear some secrecy on a lot of what's going on because some things that we've had that are coming in the pipeline, as you know, Tristan, some things have fell through. So rather than announce them as soon as we get it, if we hold it back, it don't make us look like fools when we have to come and say, "Oh, that's not going ahead now."
Yeah,
You know. So,
I get that. So
I mean, at this point in time, the main thing is just like the logos, the you know, the new name change and what have you.
Yeah.
cool.
And what about the music? Are we changing? Are we changing the music at all, or?
No, not really.
Not really. Same people, same sound, just different name. That's all it is. That's all it is. Just to get rid of a lot of confusion between other works that Yui's got in progress and something that Yui and Ant is a joint venture, and it is 100% them two and them two alone.
I think since we started this project, we were kind of like, yeah, we want to be trip hop, but at the end of the day, we're just kind of a band that writes songs that we like. You know, it's a bonus if other people like them.
Yeah.
And if they don't, well, they don't have to listen to it. It's simple as that.
It's
Just a band
always
that
the
writes
same.
songs.
It's always the same. Right, Yui, and what's happened over the last year to bring all these changes?
Well, I'd be very surprised if our fans and followers and family members, especially, aren't aware of this yet. We've released a single called, what's it called?
Mesmerize Me.
Yeah, Mesmerize Me. We've also released an album called
Syndicate Sonatas.
Silly What?
No.
Silly bastard.
Yeah, Syndicate Sonatas. We've also played a few gigs in
Manchester. Innit, mate?
Manchester.
Mad for it. And we've become good friends with all the other talented artists. Our good friend, who is Claire's daughter, Brittany, yeah, she's been helping us out. Just shows you how long it's been since I've last been to Manchester. Our good friend, Mr. Spalding, also known as Tristan, has become our manager. And he also got us involved with Pure Power, meaning that we'll be able to have a better chance to perform to a wider audience. And yes, I'm obviously reading this bit because I really want to get it out there. Tristan and Ant are not just capable of managing this project and creating the music, but have also been the main instigators of putting together our future merchandise and visions as well. I see you, Jimmy.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah. So thank you, Yui. Yeah, we're happy to be a part of everything that's going on. To be honest, I had no idea like I'd ever be picking up my bass guitar again and co-writing songs. It's been a blast, and I never thought I'd ever get back into it. But yeah, first year that we had it, we was off to a fantastic start. You know, we were like proper on the ball with it. We managed to get like a few singles out there on self-release. We wrote an 18-track album, which we've got on all the major streaming sites. So we'll put the links in the comments below to check them out. We have done a few gigs. They've turned out really well, very, very well received. Unfortunately, like the last year has been a bit slow going because we've had a few like personal issues crop up, mainly on my side of things. Family problems, which I've mentioned like on the group's Facebook page. Sadly, it resulted in the loss of my brother. So that took a bit to sort of like deal with and be there for family. So unfortunately, creativity and music had to kind of take a bit of a backseat for a year. But now we're pretty much back on the ball. we for one of these things that we've had to like not announce because it's ended up cancelled. We have been working on like a couple of specific songs. I don't know how much I'm really allowed to elaborate on that just yet, but I do think that these specific songs, which weren't going to go on the album, I think what we could do with doing is getting them finished, and then we'll probably have a meeting to discuss what we're actually going to do with them.
Cool. Well, if you don't mind, we'll get onto those couple of songs a little bit later because it ties in with another question we've got going. But the next question, moving forward, what plans have you got for your fans out there? Yui?
Well, obviously to work on our next album, obviously we can't really tell you too much at the moment, but we want to give you a few hints. We'd like to make it even better than the last one, you know, like to do with movies. And obviously it won't be too different, and we'll be keeping to our staple sound.
Sorted. Anthony.
Well, I'm going to do a striptease, you know, the full Monty.
Say it, sorted.
Salty. No, Yui's spot on, especially about like taking the time and not rushing this one out.
Yeah.
The first one, I think, because we were that hungry for it, I think maybe we probably jumped the gun a little bit quickly on it than what we'd probably like to do now. So we're going to be taking a lot of care. We're going to be doing our best to learn a lot of new production tricks because what I found is when we were sending like these tracks off to people, they were more focused on the production values rather than the actual songs. And from my point of view, I was like, well, yeah, but we're not producers, we're songwriters. But this time, if we give ourselves that little bit of extra time to learn some new tricks and some tips and some other more, you know, technical production values that we can inject into it, it's only going to improve our sound, and it's going to give each song its due diligence.
Yeah,
you know, it just you know, putting a bit more time and effort into it, and trying to build up the experience from our like lack of experience in the last one.
Now, touching on the last question, Ant started telling you about a couple of songs that the guys have been working on. So, Ant, I know they're not going to be going on the album, but tell us a little bit, without giving too much away, about what you two have been working on secretly over the last month or so.
Right. Well, for this particular gig, it was advised that we would do a couple of cover songs. The cover songs in themselves were quite era specific.
Yeah.
Can I elaborate on that, or should I keep that?
It was an 80s style festival, which never materialized, boys and girls.
Yeah. But fruitioned.
It is what it is. It's the music industry. Oh yeah, I'm putting a festival on. Oh, sorry, no, I'm not putting a festival on.
Yeah, too good to be true.
So but I still think it's a great idea for the guys to be able to take something that's already out there, put their spin on it, and make it sound. And I've heard a few little snippets, and what the guys are doing is pretty goddamn good. So all I'm going to say to you fans out there of this Pepsi is next time you see him, go and see him, and you'll never know. You might just hear one of these covers that they're talking about, and it's absolutely brilliant. Now, I want to get on. We're talking about a new album now. Are we going to tell the boys and girls what the album's called?
I've forgotten it. No, I'm only joking. Echo Chamber.
Echo Chamber. Yui, how is the new album coming along, darling? And what's the writing process?
Well, thank you very much. We're taking our time with this one, as we felt the last one was rushed. Plus, we now have better gear, more knowledge, easier access to things, and more support. And we're certain that our fans and followers will be able to get their hands and ears on something very exquisite. Plus, there's a bonus.
There's a bonus.
It's in the Christmas song. Yay, kids!
And
Kids gotta love
Justin's
this one.
going to dress up as Father Christmas because he's already got half the look down.
Oh, hello. Hey, lad, you're going grey as well. That's why it's shaved off.
Yeah, but I'm not sitting on your fucking knee.
You said last week.
I mean, yeah, as far as the new album goes, the writing process, it's done remotely through cross-platform recordings. It's so much easier for me to come up with like all the loops, the sounds, the arpegs and whatnot on Acid Pro because it's so easy to just lay it all down. Whether we choose to like actually get the proper recordings of the live instruments done through Acid, or whether we do it through Huey's Ableton.
Yeah.
See how it sounds. See, with us taking our time with this one, we've got the option to see which one sounds better. You know,
Yeah.
rather than just rushing in and trying to mash up, you know, what's already been done. We're kind of doing this like whatever we record now is of demo quality, partly because it's going to be easier to rehearse it that way because it's just done and down, you know. But when we come to like actually get the vocals down, which from a production value suffered a little bit last time because I don't know anything about vocals. Well, I didn't go into it, you know, know a little bit more now, but that's one of the areas of production that I'd like to focus on getting, you know, really right this time, you know, getting everything sounding clear, you know, because sometimes when you put certain effects on, it muddies it up too much. But when you listen to an album, say by Portishead, who's got them very same effects, you can tell each word that's been spoken. And from our point of view, we kind of couldn't get that far with the last album. So this is one that we really want to get the vocals cleaned up on from a production standpoint.
You get that.
Yeah, and don't forget those catchy riffs, not just the vocals, but also like the catchy bass riffs and the catchy guitar riffs, and you know.
Do you know what? On Syndicate, I'd say I was quite happy with the bass on it because in some instances maybe it was a little bit too much here and there. When you look back and listen to it with fresh ears. But that might be something that we can clean up a bit better on Ableton, especially when it comes down to mastering, because you know it just seems like the more appropriate program to use. The kind of process that I'm working off personally is write, rehearse, demo, and then record.
Yeah.
Because what I was trying to do the last time was I'd get sent like a piece of music, say from you, and then I'd be trying to come up with a bass line, but instead of rehearsing it so I knew it, I were kind of jamming different ones, and then I'd find one that I like, and instead of rehearsing it, I was trying to do it, I was cocking up halfway through the bars, and instead of going back, I was dropping myself in. And fortunately, I managed to sort of like paste it all together so you didn't really notice. But it's just so much easier. Like when you can actually rehearse it and then you can lay it all down in one. And the last two songs that we've done for this album that we've got bass for, I've been able to do that, and it's all been done in one take, like the good old glory days.
Yeah.
So
that's what's needed. Now, we've talked about the music, we've talked about the album. What's coming next, guys, is the looks and inspirations you get. So, Anthony, where's your looks in, and where did you get the inspiration for it?
Well, see, for me, I like the steampunk look. I always have, but I'd say within the last 2 years is when I've really started to wear that sort of thing. But that's just me, you know, rather than it just being a band thing or something that I only do on stage. I might dress a bit smarter on stage with it, but for the most part, I still like my bowler hat. I still like my steampunk shades, you know, my long leather coat. More of like a Wild West style steampunk rather than a Victorian type.
Yeah.
You know.
Is there like a deeper meaning to the steampunk thing, or what?
I don't know, if I'm honest. I don't think steampunk particularly screams electronica, or trip hop or anything like that.
Actually, it does. That's kind of more like cyberpunk, I suppose.
See, I don't know. I mean, cyberpunk definitely would.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about steampunk, but you know,
I mean,
it is
if
what
you
it
think
is.
about it, if you think about it, right? If you think about it with steampunk, like basically with trip hop, you've got this. From what I understand, is like it's got something jazzy, something retro, combined with something like that's quite futuristic, right? And steampunk kind of does that as well. So
Yes,
I
kind of
I think it goes well together.
Yeah.
You've got a few different looks, Yui. So how did you come about the looks that you use on stage, and where did you get your inspiration from?
Well, at the moment, I kind of go through a stage where like I just want to wear what I want to wear, to do with the weather, because it's always freaking cold in England compared to Thailand. It's always pretty much raining here, so it's like, you know, yes, I want to wear this, I want to wear that, but then I wake up, I'm like, oh, I'll just bung whatever I want on, you know, just to be convenient. But if we really want to go there, I'm you know, I like my kinky stuff, like the PVC French Marine outfits, because I admire all the stuff that's uber feminine. But then from that, because I can't wear them all the time, I'm wearing a lot more pink now, as you can see. Ta-da!
Yes.
And
Nice and calm.
Sorry.
Nice and calm.
Yeah. And just wearing bright colors is helping me a lot with my mood most of the time, anyway. Keeps me from having all these dark thoughts as well.
Oh, we like that, Fox. We like that. Guys, thank you so much. But before I let you guys go and get on with your day, I have a couple of questions that have come in from a few fans. Now, Mr. Gary Mitchell, thank you, Gary, for your question, sir. Are you planning on making a record? Well, all I can say to Mr. Gary is, we've already done it, been there, and we are in the process of doing a new bloody album. So go and mesmerize me. There is a video for Mesmerize Me, and if anybody can actually tell me where that video was shot, where it was filmed, we'll give you a CD.
Yeah. And also tell us who filmed it as well.
Well, I think they all know who filmed it. Now, another question from Anonymous. I've got an issue with this question. As Yui is just the vocalist, how will the music measure up to her abilities? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you now, Yui is not just the vocalist, she's the writer, she plays instruments. It is a joint effort. All musical things that happened here is between Ant and Yui. They all play individual instruments and they both put them together, and so she is not just the vocalist. And will the new music measure up to her abilities, Ant? I think it will.
I'd like to think so.
I think she's got
Yeah,
this
I
fucking
think
nailed.
so as well.
She's got it
To-
nailed, hasn't she? From what we've heard, she's
Yeah.
not. You
To be
guys-
honest, the kind of way we do things is, I'll kind of come up with like a backing track, just a basic loop. We fire it backwards and forth over the internet. We kind of refine it between us,
Mhm.
you know, and structure it between us. So it's both. It's all had that equal input.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
that's how
just
we s-
come from like the one side. So, you know, it all gets kind of married up to like whatever each other's personal tastes are. And I think what's important when you're in like any kind of band or partnership or duo, whatever you want to call it, is sometimes the art of compromise, you know, can win the day.
Yeah.
Agree with that, brother. Agree with that. So, boys,
Agree with that, brother. Agree with that.
dyspepsia is 100% Ewingtons and Anthony together. There's not one person who does one thing. They both do exactly the same. Both of them put 100% or more into this project. And from what I've heard so far from the new tracks for Echo Chamber, the new album, you guys are in for a treat. If you like the last album, you are going to love this album. Like I said, they've been working hard on production as well. So they are getting really good and they're nailing it down. And I can't wait for you guys to listen because you know what? You guys are going to enjoy. Now, you two, thank you so much for getting this sorted because we have been toing and froing about this idea for a couple of weeks now, getting everything done and looking forward to letting the guys know about everything. So thank you, guys. So just before we go, we've got about 3 minutes before the video ends. Any messages for the fans, Ewan?
A big thank you to fans and followers and family again for being so supportive and you know, being tolerant as well. Just waiting for us to get back on our feet again. Yeah, it's gonna be great. The stars are aligned, man. The stars are aligned.
I'd like to say a big thanks to all the fans as well for just sticking with us while you know, we've not had the best of years and whatnot, you know, and for all the ones that have stuck by us, you know, keep watching this space because soon, you know, we're gonna hopefully have something that you can listen to.
No, hopefully we will.
Well, I was kind of referencing the cover songs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Guys, don't forget, you ever see these guys, you know they're playing, go and turn up because hopefully, you're going to get to hear one of these cover songs. They are not the cover songs you would think a trip-hop band would cover. Trust me.
You gotta get with my friends.
You're giving it away now, Ewan.
Oh no, I shouldn't have told him, should I? Oh, sorry.
So guys, thank you. I have had a laugh doing this with you. You're both mental and I love you to bits. Guys, thanks.
And thanks again to Tristan and Pure Power Dockside Management. We cannot do this without them.
Nice
Yeah,
one, Tristan.
we will put all our links down below in the video title and description. We'll make sure everything's there. If any of you guys would like to book Dyspepsia, my email will be downstairs too. pdmanagement2@outlook.com. My name's Tristan. If you want to book them, just get in contact with us and we'll make it happen. All right, guys, thank you so much. It has been wonderful to talk to you. Have a great weekend. Until the next time, guys. Peace.